the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. The earth was without form and void. The darkness was over the surface of the deep. The Spirit of the God was hovering over the surface. Then God commanded, "Let there be light," and light appeared. God saw that light was good, and he separated the light from darkness. God called light day, and darkness night. That was the first day. Then God commanded, "Let there be a dome to divide the water and keep it in two separate places." And it separated the water under it from the water above it. He named the dome Sky. Evening passed, and morning came. That was the second day. Then God commanded, "Let the water below the sky come together in one place, so that land will appear." And it was done. He named the land Earth, and the water Body Sea. And God was pleased with what he saw. And he commanded, "Let the earth produce all kinds of plants." And it was done. God was pleased with what he saw. Evening passed, morning came. That was the third day. Then God commanded, "Let light appear in the sky, to separate day from night and to show the time when days, years, and religious festivals begin." So God made the two larger light, the sun to rule over the day, and the moon to rule over the night. He also made the stars. He placed the light in the sky to shine on the earth. God was pleased with what he saw. Evening passed. Morning came. That was the fourth day. Then God commanded, "Let the water be filled with many kinds of living things, and let the sky be filled with many kinds of living things." He blessed them, and he was pleased with what he saw. He told the creatures to increase in number. Evening passed. Morning came. That was the fifth day. Then God commanded, "Let the earth produce all kinds of animals." Then God said, "And now we will make human being. They will be like us and resemble us. They will have power over creatures." He created male and female, blessed them, and said, "Have many children so that your descendants will live over earth and bring it under control." God looked at everything he made, and he was very pleased. Evening passed and morning came. That was the sixth day. And so the whole universe was completed. By the seventh day, God finished what he had been doing. He blessed the seventh day and set it apart as a special day, because by that day he had completed his creation. And that is how the universe was created.
In the beginning, the world was untouched, pure and serene. Then the Lord took some soil from the ground and formed man. Out of it he breathed life, giving breath into his nostrils, and man began to live. Then the Lord God planted a garden in Eden in the east, and there he put the man he formed. God made all kinds of beautiful trees grow there and produce good fruit. In the middle of the garden stood the tree that gives life and the tree that gives knowledge of what is good and what is bad. Then the Lord God placed the man in the Garden of Eden to cultivate it and guard it. And then the Lord said to him,
"You may eat the fruit of any tree in the garden, except the tree that gives knowledge of what is good and what is bad. You must not eat the fruit of that tree. If you do, you will die the same day."
Then the Lord God said,
"It is not good for the man to live alone. I will make a suitable companion to help him."
So he brought animals to the man to see what he would name them, and that is how they all got their names. So the man named all the birds and all the animals, but not one of them was a suitable companion to help him. Then the Lord God made the man fall into a deep sleep, and while he was sleeping, he took out one of the man's ribs and closed up the flesh. He formed a woman out of the rib and brought her to him. Then the man said,
"At last, here is one of my own kind, bone taken from my bone and flesh from my flesh. Woman is her name because she was taken out of man."
The man and the woman were both naked, but they were not embarrassed. Now the snake was the most cunning animal that the Lord God had made. The snake asked the woman,
"Did God really tell you not to eat fruit from any tree in the garden?"
The woman answered,
We may eat the fruit of any tree in the garden, except the tree in the middle of it. God told us not to eat the fruit of that tree, or even touch it. If we do, we will die."
The snake replied,
"That's not true. You will not die. God said that because he knows that when you eat it, you will be like God and know what is good and what is bad."
The woman saw how beautiful the tree was and how good its fruit would be to eat. And she thought how wonderful it would be to become wise. So she took some of the fruit and ate it. Then she gave some to her husband, and he also ate it. As soon as they had eaten it, they were given understanding and realized that they were naked. So they sewed fig leaves together and covered themselves. That evening they heard the Lord God walking in the garden, and they hid from him among the trees. But the Lord God called out to the man,
I heard you in the garden. I was afraid and hid from you because I was naked.
God asked,
Who told you that you were naked? Did you eat the fruit that I told you not to eat?
The woman you put here with me gave me the fruit, and I ate it.
The Lord God asked the woman,
Why did you do this?
The snake tricked me into eating it.
She replied, Then the Lord God said to the snake,
You were punished for this. You alone of all the animals must bear this curse. From now on, you will crawl on your belly, and you will have to eat dust as long as you live. I will make you and the woman hate each other. Her offspring and yours will always be enemies. Her offspring will crush your head, and you will bite her offspring's heel.
And the Lord God said to the woman,
I will increase your trouble in pregnancy and your pain in giving birth.
And the Lord God said to the man,
You listened to your wife and ate the fruit which I told you not to eat. Because of what you have done, the ground will be under a curse. You will have to work hard all your life to make it produce enough food for you.
And the Lord God made clothes out of animal skins for Adam and his wife, and he clothed them.
Now the man has become like one of us and has knowledge of what is good and what is bad. He must not be allowed to take fruit from the tree that gives life, eat it, and live forever.
So the Lord God sent them out of the Garden of Eden and made them cultivate the soil from which they had been formed. Then, at the east side of the garden, he put living creatures and a flaming sword which turned in all directions. This was to keep anyone from coming near the tree that gives life.
After the Lord God sent Adam and Eve out of the Garden of Eden because of their disobedience, Adam had an intercourse with his wife Eve. She became pregnant. She bore a son and said,
By the Lord's help, I have gotten a son.
So she named him Cain. Later she gave birth to another son, Abel. Abel became a shepherd, but Cain was a farmer. After some time, Cain brought some of his harvest and gave it as an offering to the Lord. Then Abel brought the first lamb born to one of his sheep, killed it, and gave the best parts of it as an offering. The Lord was pleased with Abel and his offering, but the Lord rejected Cain and his offering. Cain became furious and he scowled in anger. Then the Lord said to Cain,
Why are you angry? Why that scowl on your face? If you'd done the right thing, you would be smiling, but you have done evil.
Then Cain said to his brother Abel,
Let's go out in the fields.
Cain turned on his brother and killed him. Then Lord asked to Cain,
Where is your brother?
And Cain said to the Lord,
I don't know. Am I supposed to take care of my brother?
Then the Lord said,
Why have you done this terrible thing? Your brother's blood is crying out to me from the ground, like a voice calling for revenge. You are placed under a curse and can no longer farm the soil. If you try to grow crops, the soil will not produce anything. You will be a homeless wanderer on the earth.
And Cain said to the Lord,
This punishment is too hard for me to bear. You are driving me off the land and away from your presence. I will be a homeless wanderer on the earth, and anyone who finds me will kill me.
Then the Lord said,
If anyone kills you, 7 lives will be taken in revenge.
And Cain went away from the Lord's presence and lived in a land called Wandering, which is east of Eden.
After the death of Abel, the Lord saw how great the wickedness of the human race had become on the earth, and that every inclination of the thoughts of the human heart was only evil all the time. The Lord regretted that he had made human beings on the earth, and his heart was deeply troubled. God said to Noah,
I will wipe from the face of the earth the human race I have created, and with them the animals, the birds, and the creatures that move along the ground, for I regret that I have made them.
But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. This is the account of Noah and his family. Noah was a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time, and he walked faithfully with God. Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The Lord commanded Noah to build an ark for his family and the animals. Out of good timber he should make it 450 feet long and 75 feet wide and 45 feet high. Noah, with the help of his sons, helped build the ark. But the people within the society continued to laugh at Noah. But Noah trusted God. Noah did everything God commanded. The Lord then said to Noah,
I am going to put an end to all people, for the earth is filled with violence because of them. I am surely going to destroy both them and the earth. I am going to bring floodwaters on the earth to destroy all life under the heavens, every creature that has the breath of life in it. Everything on earth will perish. But I will establish my covenant with you, and you will enter the ark, you and your sons and your wife and your sons' wives with you. Take with you every kind of animal, a male and its mate.
Noah took every kind of food that is to be eaten and stored away as food for his family and the animals. Noah did everything God commanded. Then the Lord said to Noah,
Go into the ark, you and your whole family, because I have found you righteous in this generation. Take with you 7 pairs of every kind of clean animal, a male and its mate, and 1 pair of every kind of unclean animal, a male and its mate. 7 days from now, I will send rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights, and I will wipe from the face of the earth every living creature I have made.
Noah did everything God commanded. Noah was 600 years old when the floodwaters came on the earth, and Noah and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives entered the ark to escape the waters of the flood. In the 600th year of Noah's life, on the 17th day of the 2nd month, on that day all the springs of the great deep burst forth, and the floodgates of the heavens were opened. The animals going in were male and female of every living thing, as God had commanded Noah. Then the Lord shut the gate behind Noah. For 40 days the flood kept coming on the earth, and as the waters increased, they lifted the ark high above the earth. People and animals that move along the ground and the birds were wiped from the earth. Only Noah was left, and those with him in the ark. The waters flooded the earth for 150 days. God had not forgotten Noah and all the animals with him in the boat. He caused a wind to blow, and the water started going down. And the water gradually went down for 150 days. On the 17th day of the 7th month, the boat came to rest on a mountain in the Ararat range. The water kept going down, and on the first day of the 10th month, the tops of the mountains appeared. After 40 days, Noah opened a window. Then he sent out a dove to see if the water had receded from the surface of the ground. But since the water still covered all the land, the dove did not find a place to light. It flew back to the boat, and Noah reached out and took it in. He waited another 7 days and sent out the dove again. It returned to him in the evening with a fresh olive leaf in its beak. So Noah knew that the water had gone down. Then he waited another 7 days and sent out the dove once more. This time it did not come back. By the 27th day of the 2nd month, the earth was completely dry.
God said to Noah,
Go out of the boat with your wife, your sons, and their wives. Take all the birds and animals out with you, so that they may reproduce and spread over all the earth.
So Noah went out of the boat with his wife, his sons, and their wives. Noah built an altar to the Lord. He took one of each kind of ritually clean animal and burned them whole as a sacrifice on the altar. The odor of the sacrifice pleased the Lord, and he said to himself,
As a sign of this everlasting covenant, which I am making with you and with all living beings, I will remember my promise to you and to all the animals, that a flood will never again destroy all living beings.
God then blessed Noah and his sons and told them to have many children, so that their descendants will live all over the earth.
After the account of the righteous man, Noah. The Tower of Babel is one of the most famous stories from the Bible. The story is about a high that people tired to build up to heavens. But though they had big dreams, things didn't go as they planned, because God wasn't happy with their project. Why did God step in, and how did the tower really get knocked down? Let's dive into the story and see what happened. After the great flood, the sons of Noah and their wives began to reproduce the earth. The whole world had one language and a common speech as people moved eastward. They found a plain in Shinar, that is Babylonia, and settled there. In the place, they wanted to build a huge tower reaching the sky. They hoped this would make them famous and keep them together, not spread out. They said to each other,
Come, let's make brick and bake them thoroughly.
They used bricks instead of stone to keep it strong and everlasting, and bitumen for mortar. Then they said,
Now, let's build a city with a tower that reaches the sky, so that we can make a name for ourselves and not scattered all over the earth.
Everyone worked together, passing bricks and missing tar, laughing and dreaming about their sky-high tower. But something unexpected happened. God looked down from heaven and saw the city and the tall tower. He saw that the people wanted to build a tower to reach the heavens, showing their desire for power and self-glory rather than honoring Him. Then the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which they had built, and He said,
Now then, these are one people and they speak one language. This is just the beginning of what they are going to do. Soon they will be able to do anything they want. Let us go down and mix up their language so that they will not understand each other.
So God decided to mix things up a bit. Suddenly, when one person asked for a brick, another handed them a shovel. When someone needed more tar, they got a bucket of water instead. It was like everyone had started speaking in riddles. Confused and frustrated, they couldn't work together anymore. The tower that was supposed to reach the sky was left unfinished because they couldn't understand each other. So the Lord scattered them all over the earth, and they stopped building the city. People started to drift apart, forming smaller groups with those they could communicate with. These groups traveled far and wide, finding new places to live. The big family was scattered across the earth, each group speaking its own new language. As the group spread out from Babel, they traveled far to places where no one had lived before. They built new homes using what they had learned. The world was filled with new language. The city was called Babylon because there the Lord mixed up the language of all the people, and from there He scattered them over the earth. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.